Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, April 28th, 2022. Today, I'm going to quickly recap yesterday's NBA playoffs, NHL, Major League Baseball games, look ahead to today's games in each sport. I'll do my final mock draft of the year, news and notes, and best bets. So a quick show today. We'll start with the NBA playoffs. We'll recap last night's results and look ahead to three important games for tonight. The Bucks eliminated the Bulls 116-100. To advance, they'll take on the Boston Celtics. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 33 points for Milwaukee, and Patrick Williams had 23 for Chicago. And the Warriors over the Nuggets 102-98 as the Warriors close out and advance to the second round, as they will play the winner of Minnesota-Memphis in round 2. Stephen Curry had 30 points. Nikola Jokic had 30, 19, and 8. He single-handedly kept them in that game. All right, now we look ahead to tonight's 7 o'clock NBA TV. We have the 76ers and the Raptors. This is probably one of the most highly anticipated playoff games that wasn't a finals game in a long time. Could you make a case this is the most highly anticipated non-finals playoff game since Game 6, the Celtics, LeBron in Boston, or that Golden State team down 3-2 in Oklahoma City? I think you could certainly make that case, considering that the Raptors, who are down 3-0, can get back within forcing a Game 7 do or die. And on the other side, you have perennial chokers, it seems like, in James Harden and Doc Rivers. Although the Sixers do have the best player in the series with Joel Embiid despite the finger injury, I project the Toronto Raptors by 1 point, total of 216 and 3/5. And it is Philly 1.5, total 210.5. As badly as I want to take Toronto, I feel like it's going to be too popular. I'll do them in the same game parlay, straight up. But I have a bigger edge on the total. I really like the over in this game. I think it's going to go a little bit over 210.5. So I'm going to make on the over. And for a result, I'm going to say Toronto forces a Game 7. But I don't feel good about it at all because everyone and their brother is picking the Raptors. Just like everyone and their brother picked the Celtics to beat. I feel like everyone and their brother picked the Celtics to beat LeBron in 2012. And I feel like a lot of people picked Durant to knock off the Warriors that won 73 games in 2016. 7:30 on TNT of the Suns and the Pelicans. My projection is Phoenix by 6.5, total 220 and 3/4. And it's 2.5 and 213.5. I also like the over in this game. I think that the Pelicans get hot from 3 at home. It's a big spot, and I think that I'm going to say Phoenix closes out the series. Getting them under 3, I think, is huge. Same game, Phoenix minus 2.5, and then the over. And last but not least, 10 o'clock TNT of the Mavs and the Jazz. Elimination game for Utah. Dallas is a 1-point favorite, total 209.5. I project Jazz by 1.5, total 216.5. 3 overs. How about that? I think that it'll be a higher scoring game than that. I think Luka might go over by himself. But I had to pick straight up results. I'm going to say that Toronto and Utah, I hate the Utah picks so much, and I hate the Toronto picks so much. But I think both force a Game 7 because Utah's Utah and the Raptors are too popular. And I think the Suns close out the Pelicans. All right, NHL, we will recap the games from last night and look ahead to a busy window for today. Jets over the Flyers 4-0. Habs over the Rangers 4-3. Blackhawks over the Golden Knights 4-3 in a shootout as the Golden Knights have been eliminated from playoff contention. And paired that with the Coyotes 4-3 overtime win over the Stars. Stars clinch with the point. And the Kings over the Kraken 5-3. All right, big window tonight, 7 o'clock. You have the Sabres and the Bruins from Boston. The Bruins trying at the last-ditch effort for the 3 seed. They're minus 320 favorites. Buffalo's plus 255 over under 6. Overs minus 108. Unders minus 112. Buffalo plus 1.5 is minus 108. Boston minus 1.5 is minus 118. I'm going to go Buffalo puck line. The underdogs have been howling lately. Panthers Senators. Panthers minus 250. Sens plus 198. Over under 7. Minus 110 each way. Panthers minus 1.5 is plus 104. Sens plus 1.5 is minus 125. This is a tough one. Panthers still in the hunt for the President's Trophy. They really have 2 games to do it. But for my play here, I'm going to go under 7, minus 110. Devils Hurricanes. Canes clinch the Metro Division. They're minus 310 favorites. Devils plus 245. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Devils plus 1.5 is minus 105. Canes minus 1.5 is minus 114. I don't feel confident in the Devils winning the game outright, actually. But I do think that they will cover the 1.5 at minus 105. Capitals Islanders. Caps minus 126. Isles plus 105. Over under 6. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 118. Capitals minus 1.5 is plus 205. Islanders plus 1.5 is minus 255. This is a tough one. I kind of like the Islanders to continue playing more spoiler. Just something like I just think the Capitals are just looking ahead to the playoffs at this point. Lightning Blue Jackets. Lightning minus 310. Blue Jackets plus 245. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Lightning minus 1.5 is minus 118. Blue Jackets plus 1.5 is minus 102. I'm taking Columbus plus the 1.5 on the puck line. 8 o'clock NHL Network. You have the Flames and the Wild. Huge game. The Wild obviously fighting for home ice against the Blues. Calgary has clinched the division. So they have all the playoff teams locked up. Here we go. Wild minus 125. Calgary plus 104. Over under 6.5. Minus 110 each way. Calgary plus 1.5 is minus 260. Wild minus 1.5 is plus 210. I like the under a lot. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game with the goalies. 9 o'clock, the Predators and the Avalanche. Avs minus 255. Preds plus 205. Over under 6.5. Minus 110 each way. Preds plus 1.5 is minus 126. Avs minus 1.5 is plus 105. Tough one. Preds clinched. Avs going for the Preds trophy. I'm going to go under in this game. Sharks Oilers. Oilers minus 330. Sharks plus 260. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Sharks plus 1.5 is plus 104. Oilers minus 1.5 is minus 125. I know the Oilers are fighting for second in that division. Sharks have been weirdly competitive. I'm going to take them on the puck line. Plus 1.5 and plus 104. And last but not least, the Kings and the Canucks at 10 o'clock. Canucks minus 134. Kings plus 112. Over under 6. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Kings plus 1.5 is minus 240. Canucks minus 1.5 is plus 195. The Kings, I think, are going to win. Plus 112. I've been riding the Canucks so much, but they do not deserve to be a favorite here. They're eliminated from playoff contention. They're just getting favoritism here in the market because they're home and they're dominant at home. But I like the Kings plus 112 tonight to potentially tie the Oilers in the division. All right, MLB, we will go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today. Cards over the Mets 10-5. White Sox over the Royals 7-3. D-backs over the Dodgers 3-1. Brewers over the Pirates 3-1. Pods over the Reds 8-5. Rays over the Mariners 3-2. Phils over the Rockies 7-3. Yankees over the Orioles 5-2. Mets over the Marlins 2-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 7-1. Cubs over the Braves 6-3-10. Twins over the Tigers 5-0. Astros over the Rangers 4-3. Angels over the Guardians 9-5. And the A's over the Giants 1-0. I was right about Oakland. I was right about the Cardinals, too. Looking ahead to today, 12:30, you have the Brewers and the Pirates. Freddie Peralta and Jose Quintana. You got Brewers minus 172, Pittsburgh plus 144, over under 7.5, overs minus 108, unders minus 112. Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 102. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 122. Tough one. But I'm going to go with the Brewers run minus a half. First half run line minus 108. Padres Reds. Nick Martinez and Tyler Mahle. The Reds are actually favored, minus 116. The Padres are minus 102, over under 8.5. Overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Padres minus 1.5 is plus 160. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 194. Padres favored on the run line. Reds favored on the money line. I'm going to roll with the Reds, the terrible Reds. They just have the pitching advantage. I'm going to go with the Reds. Vegas is telling you something there. 1 o'clock, you have the Orioles and the Yankees. Yankees going for 6 in a row and another sweep. Bruce Zimmerman and Jameson Taillon. Yanks minus 230. Orioles plus 190. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Orioles plus 1.5 is minus 111. Yanks minus 1.5 is minus 108. The Orioles run line's intriguing. It really is. For the game. But I'm going to do it on the first half. Plus a half and plus 128. I think this game's either tied or the Orioles could have a lead. But I feel like this could be a game where the Orioles lead and then the Yankees come back and win. Kind of like that Indians game from the other day. Guardians, my bad. Rocks Phils. For some reason it wasn't loading a second ago. Zach Wheeler and Austin Gomber. Phils minus 220, Rocks plus 184, over under 7.5. Minus 110 each way. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 128. Phillies minus 1.5 is plus 106. Zach Wheeler, it's amazing how he has transformed since joining Philadelphia as a pitcher. He's kind of become their ace and replaced Aaron Nola in the way. And what a miss for the Mets. Misevaluation. But I'm going to bank on the over, bank on the bullpen's self-combusting. Next up, you have the Marlins and the Nationals. Trevor Rogers and Patrick Corbin. Yikes. Marlins minus 154. Nats plus 130. Over under 8. Minus 110 each way. Marlins minus 1F is plus 112. Nats minus 1F is minus 134. I'm going to go first half result, Miami minus 110. Tigers Twins. Tariq Skubal and Bailey Ober. Twins minus 132. Tigers plus 112. Over under 7. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Tigers plus 1F is minus 192. Twins minus 1F is plus 158. This is a tough one because Skubal's been awesome this year so far. So is Bailey Ober. I'm going to go with the under. I don't feel good about it, but I kind of like the under. Mariners Rays, a ton of 1 o'clock games today. Chris Flexen and Jeffrey Springs. Rays minus 148, Mariners plus 126, over under 7.5. Overs minus 114, others minus 106. Mariners plus 1F is minus 166. Rays minus 1F is plus 138. I'm going to go first half money line Mariners plus 124. I don't know if they'll win the game, but I just like them in the first half. 2 o'clock, Astros Rangers. Justin Verlander and Martin Perez. Astros minus 168, Rangers plus 142, over under 8, overs minus 112, unders minus 108. Astros minus 1.5 is minus 102, Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 118. Martin Perez, low-key, hasn't been that terrible so far for Texas. I don't want to take the under because he can absolutely implode here. So, what I'm going to do... Never mind. You know what? I'm screwed. I'm going to go with the under. I don't feel good about it. 5-1 Astros. I could see it. Royals, White Sox. Brad Keller and Michael Kopech. White Sox minus 184. Royals plus 154. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 140. White Sox minus 1.5 is plus 116. I'm going to go with first half result tie plus 410. 3 o'clock, Red Sox, Blue Jays from Toronto. Garrett Whitlock and Alek Manoah. So is Whitlock being used as an opener? That's a little weird. Blue Jays minus 156. Red Sox plus 132. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 108. Unders minus 112. Red Sox plus 1.5 is minus 162. Blue Jays minus 1.5 is plus 134. This is a tough one, but I kind of like the over. But I think the better play is Toronto first half run line, minus 0.5 at minus 102. Guardians, Angels at 4 o'clock. Cal Quantrill and Reed Detmers. Angels minus 154. Guardians plus 130. Over under 8.5. Minus 110 each way. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 152. Angels minus 1.5 is plus 126. The Guardians have kind of imploded. But I think this is the spot they get right. I'm going to go with the Guardians at plus 130. MLB Network at 7:20. Cubs, Braves. Drew Smyly and Kyle Wright. Braves minus 100. Cubs plus 168. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 108. Unders minus 112. Cubs plus 1.5 is minus 126. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 105. I'm going to go with the over. Kyle Wright off to a fabulous start. But I could see Drew Smyly getting smacked around. And then last but not least, 7:45, you have the D-backs and the Cardinals. Humberto Castellanos and Dakota Hudson. Cardinals minus 180, D-backs plus 152, over under 7.5, minus 110 each way. D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 142. Cardinals minus 1.5 is plus 118. I really like the over. I think Castellanos will see some regression. And I could see the D-backs bullpen kind of blowing it. All right, here we are, my final mock draft of 2022. Amazingly enough, the day has come. It is draft day, and I have my final mock for you guys. All right, number 1, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have them taking Trayvon Walker, defensive end, Georgia. This has been the momentum of late, and I think that Vegas knows something. Number 2, the Detroit Lions. Aiden Hutchinson, defensive end, Michigan. Great pick for Detroit. An A+ pick if this happens to be the case. He made their best defensive player since Ndamukong Suh. Number 3, the Houston Texans. Ike Ekwonu, offensive tackle, guard, NC State. Rumored to be this or Derek Stigley. I think it's going to be Ike. He's versatile. The Texans need help on the offensive line, so this makes a lot of sense. For New York Jets, Ahmad Sauce Gardner, cornerback, Cincinnati. This, I just feels like it's going to happen. Sauce Gardner, I just think is meant to be a Jet. I could see him like Darrelle Revis light. And I think Jet fans would like that. 5, New York Giants. Charles Cross, offensive tackle, Mississippi State. The buzz is that Charles Cross is going to be the pick here. I don't think he's the best tackle in the draft, but he's somebody that is great at pass protecting and run blocking. Number 6, the Carolina Panthers. Evan Neal, offensive tackle, Alabama. Whoever the Giants don't take at 5, the Panthers will take at 6. I'm not buying the quarterback buzz. And Neal has had success against some of the best pass rushers in the SEC. 7, the New York Giants from the Chicago Bears. Derek Stigley Jr., cornerback, LSU. The Giants have choices here, and you can't really go wrong with some of them here. If they trade or cut James Bradbury, then an opening comes up in the secondary. Stigley would be a great fit, and has the upside to be a CB1. Number 8, the Atlanta Falcons. Kayvon Thibodeau, defensive end, Oregon. The hot word is that they're looking at pass rush here. Thibodeau would be a great selection and perhaps a steal if the Falcons get someone here with so much potential. Number 9, the Seattle Seahawks from the Denver Broncos. Jermaine Johnson, defensive end, Florida State. The Seahawks have a ton of needs, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Johnson won the ACC Player of the Year and was great against the run. Number 10, the New York Jets from the Seattle Seahawks. Drake London, wide receiver, USC. Here feels like pass rush or wide out, depending on how the board falls. With their second first rounder, the Jets take a wide out to help Zach Wilson. Number 11, the Washington Commanders. Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, Ohio State. There's a lot of talk now that Wilson will not be the first wideout taken tonight. This would be a steal, and Carson Wentz will have another competent weapon other than Terry McLaurin. 12, Minnesota Vikings. Trent McDuffie, cornerback, Washington. The hot pick as for now at this position or the spot is McDuffie, who's a good prospect but could be a reach here. The Vikings need some help in their secondary. McDuffie can play anywhere and learn from Patrick Peterson. 13, the Houston Texans from the Cleveland Browns. Kyle Hamilton, safety, Notre Dame. This would be a steal for the Texans, snagging someone that was thought out to go top 10 or even top 5, and is someone that could have a day one impact. 14, the Baltimore Ravens. Jordan Davis, defensive tackle, Georgia. This would be a nice selection for the Ravens considering the losses they've had in the pass rush and in that position. And Davis was a big part of that dominant front seven for Georgia. 15, the Philadelphia Eagles from the Miami Dolphins. Jamison Williams, wide receiver, Alabama. The Eagles' goal for the season is to make Jalen Hurts succeed. Williams would have been selected higher if not for a torn ACL, and he'll certainly put Hurts in a good spot. 16, the New Orleans Saints from the Philadelphia Eagles via the Indianapolis Colts. Trevor Penning, offensive tackle, Northern Iowa. The Saints' offensive line is solid, but needs to replace Teron Armstead. Penning didn't get that much attention due to playing in the FCS, but has the tools to be a successful player in the league. 17, the Los Angeles Chargers. Kenyon Green, guard, Texas A&M. The Chargers have a roster that's absolutely loaded, and here I have them improving what is arguably the team's biggest weakness. Green is someone that could come in and play right away alongside Rashawn Slater. 18, the Philadelphia Eagles from the New Orleans Saints. Andrew Booth, cornerback, Clemson. This would be a nice pick for the Eagles. They need youth at the position, and Booth is somebody whose stock is rising on draft day. Number 19, the New Orleans Saints from the Philadelphia Eagles. Chris Olave, wide receiver, Ohio State. So here I have the Saints passing on a quarterback and taking advantage of a safe bet in Olave, who would be a nice pairing with Michael Thomas to form a nice duo for whomever's at quarterback. 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Malik Willis, quarterback, Liberty. This pick feels more likely to be a quarterback than not. Maybe the Steelers trade up for Willis to try to get ahead of the Saints, but the Steelers have been enamored with Willis. Number 21, the New England Patriots. Quay Walker, linebacker, Georgia. This pick will be a surprise to many people, but the Patriots do have a need at the position. Walker is a versatile player, will play all over the field. 22, the Green Bay Packers from the Las Vegas Raiders. Treylon Burks, wide receiver, Arkansas. The Packers need a wideout in the first round the worst way possible, and they land a good one in Burks. Devontae Adams' production won't be easy to replace, and Burks will come in and be a Rookie of the Year candidate. 23, Arizona Cardinals. George Karlaftis, defensive end, Purdue. Karlaftis is someone whose stock absolutely went down from where it was 6 months ago. The Cardinals need to replace Chandler Jones' production, so Karlaftis makes a lot of sense here. 24, the Dallas Cowboys. Zion Johnson, guard, Boston College. It feels likely that the Cowboys will go offensive line here at this selection. Johnson's stock is rising high here today as we head into the draft. And he fit nice with this team considering that they're making some changes here and getting younger at the line. Number 25, the Buffalo Bills. Breece Hall, running back, Iowa State. There's a lot of buzz that Hall could be the guy here for the Bills. Hall comes into a great situation on a Super Bowl contender and could also contend for Offensive Rookie of the Year. 26, Tennessee Titans. Tyler Smith, offensive tackle, Tulsa. The Titans have some interesting options with this selection. Defense should probably where they should go, but Smith isn't a bad choice considering Taylor Lewan's getting older, and they can use some depth. 27, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Lewis Cine, safety, Georgia. Cine is the player that is getting the most momentum to become a first-round pick, which folks didn't see coming a week ago. Cine's a favorite among scouts and was a big part of the dominant Bulldogs championship defense. 28, the Green Bay Packers. Devin Lloyd, linebacker, Utah. This would be a major steal for the Packers, grabbing Lloyd at the end of the first round. They need some youth and athleticism in their pass rush, and Lloyd will be a day one contributor. 29, the Kansas City Chiefs from the San Francisco 49ers via the Miami Dolphins. Khair Alam, cornerback, Florida. The Chiefs need to come away with a wideout and a defensive player with their 2 first-round picks, I feel. Alam is getting a lot of buzz to go in the first round and could go higher than this. 30, the Kansas City Chiefs. Jahan Dotson, wide receiver, Penn State. Getting Dotson here is a solid choice considering they badly need help to replace the production they lost with Tyreek Hill. Dotson could go earlier in this round or even some point in the second round. 31, the Cincinnati Bengals. Kyler Gordon, cornerback, Washington. Here I have the second Huskies corner coming off the board. The Bengals corners overachieved last year, and you could argue they should take a corner here considering regression could be coming for the current Bengal corners. And 32, the Detroit Lions. Kenny Pickett, quarterback, pick. The Lions are likely to take a signal caller here in my final mock. I have them going with Pickett. He was a finalist for the Heisman a year ago and could be a steady quarterback. All right, now move on to news and notes for today as we approach the draft. I want to do drafts-related stuff first. So the Jets are the front runner to land Deebo Samuel if he gets traded. The Jags franchise tag Cam Robinson, 3 years, $54 million, as they extend him. The Seahawks have received calls from teams looking to move up. So that's really interesting, as they've received calls for their pick. So that's more draft stuff. Drake Jackson could be a surprise first-round pick. So that's really interesting. Chris Middleton out the full second round with the grade 2 MCL sprain. So that is a big loss for Milwaukee. And that will probably sway what I'm thinking in that series. There's rumors that Devin Booker could return tonight against the Pelicans or Game 7. If it goes 7, that'd be wild. If I'm Phoenix, I'd sit Booker tonight. And if you go 7, then you play Booker in Game 7. If not, save him Game 2, Round 1. Which would probably, they're gonna be playing on whatever day regardless, whether it's Game 7 against New Orleans or beginning Round 2. Or maybe not. It depends on how Mavericks Jazz goes. If that goes 7, then they can wait. They better hope the Jazz win tonight. The Warriors did not have Andre Iguodala last night with the neck injury. Giants shopping Darius Slayton. So that's interesting. 49ers can envision a scenario where the team moves on from Deebo Samuel. So Russell Westbrook initially deleted Lakers-related content on his Instagram, so that's interesting. Some more NFL stuff. The Jaguars split on the number 1 pick. Shad Khan's leaning toward Hutchinson, while Trent Baalke seems to be infatuated with Walker. So that's really cool. in terms of uncertainty. Cardinals pick up Kyler Murray's fifth-year option despite trade and contract rumors. Debo tweets, everybody wants their voice to be heard about a situation they know nothing about. Something interesting, Larry Tunsil is selling his mask video from the 2016 draft to raise money for criminal justice reform. So that's really cool. Adalberto Mondesi to the injured list with knee damage. The Predators goalie UC Saros out for the regular season due to a lower body injury. Alex Ovechkin day-to-day. Top-ranked MLB draft prospect pitcher Dylan Lesko underwent Tommy John surgery. So that takes a hit to his draft stock, and whoever takes him is going to get a steal potentially. Doc Rivers went on a playoff rant about how he coached blowing series leads in the past. The Sharks Jumbotron guy had a not so subtitle message for Vegas last night. F the Knights, he says. Steven Stamkos predicted Austin Matthews' 60-goal season back in 2020, so that's really cool. So there was a big brawl in the Mets-Dodgers game yesterday. A reliever threw at Nolan Arenado near his head, and the Mets had enough after league-leading 19th hit by pitch. And then Giovanni Gallegos backed up his team. And then afterwards, Buck Showalter called out Nolan Arenado. And then the Cardinals manager defended his star. And then Peter Alonso, if I wanted to put someone in the hospital, I easily could. As he had smoke after being taken down by the St. Louis coach. So that was an ugly brawl. And the Mets better move on from this. That's all I got to say. And non-sports news, SNL star Pete Davidson to star in Peacock series about his fictionalized life. So that's really, really interesting. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day. Brought to you by FanDuel. This is a tough one tonight. I am gonna go in baseball again. Or hockey. There's a lot of them that I liked in hockey tonight as well. I kind of like the hockey plays better. So, I'm going to go hockey. And the play I'm going to go with is I really like the Kings tonight against Vancouver. I lost best bet yesterday with that ridiculous over in the Predators or the Pirates in the Brewers game. But I'm going to lay a half unit on the Kings tonight. Plus 122 at Vancouver. I don't see how the Kings lose this game. Like, why are they an underdog? They're playing for home ice advantage. I know they clinched and everything, but don't they want home ice over Edmonton? I love the Kings tonight against Vancouver. That's my best bet. All right, so there you have it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow, probably with 2 shows, a round 1 recap, and then the regular Friday show, which I'm intending not to go long on. And obviously, got to talk Idol as well. And if we have time, we'll do Masked Singer and Survivor recaps on the show tomorrow as well. If not, we'll do it next week. All right, so I hope you guys have a great day, everyone.